What's up, guys? This is Jason Freakmaster Higa, and welcome to Listen Up, presented by Press Start Button Now. Today we'll be talking about WWE wrestling games. I mean, it's not just WWE, but they also had, and was it WCW? But we're going to discuss why they became so popular and what we think about it now, like how it's doing now. So I invited Christopher Plummer, who's you're a fan of those wrestling games, right?
Yeah, totally. I've been playing since like 2000, and I've followed like wrestling from like even
Slaving?
before that.
I feel like slaving's a proper term because it's
Slaving?
like Madden. I imagine you're buying the same game repetitively. If there's changes, please inform me. But
there's been some changes like throughout like the time.
I might want to be a FIFA slave one day. I hear they have Snoop Dogg now. Something to look forward to.
FIFA.
All right, and we also have Charles, who is basically our backup guy. He's in the back, but yeah, he'll post his 2 cents as well. So, but yeah, I mean, I played WWE wrestling games. Well, back in the days called WWF.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, but I played that back in like '98. That was my first game. I believe it was WWF Warzone for the N64. Yeah, I played it at a Toys R Us. That was my first touch at the WWF game.
Another side, N64 was an original gaming system back in the day. For your younger viewers who've probably never heard of a GameCube, maybe. Just inform.
That is true.
I know.
I've met people who are like, "What's Nintendo 64?"
This generation, we don't know.
But yeah, it's WWF Warzone, and I had a really funny story. That's why I think I started enjoying wrestling games, because to me, it's these big polygon guys walking around and doing crazy things that doesn't seem to hurt them, like jumping off and like smashing their face in the what's it called, in the mat. And you're like, oh, that's funny. It's like, that's funny. And then you just see him do all these outrageous moves. And when I was playing it, it's, you know, there's like those stations at Toys R Us, right? Just to try out the game and stuff. So I was playing that. This guy walks in too, and he's like, I was like in his 20s, I think, or something like that. And he was getting all into it. He's like, you want to play a tag match? I'm like, yeah, I'm down for a tag match. And I was like 14 right back then, right? So I was playing it, and I was just, I didn't even know how to play the game. I was like, oh, this is pretty fun. This is cool. Running around clotheslining and power bombing things. And so when we're playing a tag match, what's it called? I think I was trying to like tag him in, and I tagged him in. Instead of going there, and he went on the turnbuckle, and he was like, jump it, but I grabbed his legs for a reason. I threw him down because apparently wrestling games, it had randomly does. You attacked your partner because they got in the way or something like that. Yeah. So it did that, and I was laughing. I was like, okay, that's pretty damn funny. Because he just fell straight down. And he was knocked out. And then I was like laughing. The guy next to me was like, that's not funny. What are you laughing about? I'm getting my ass kicked right now. Like,
this is some serious stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man, this is N64.
Go to Toys R Us.
It's a war zone.
Oh,
you get people die every day in the war zone.
You know what the problem was there? He went into Toys R Us expecting a mature, sensible person. He didn't realize he went into Toys R Us. So he was in for quite a surprise.
I mean, that was my first story, or my first, I guess, taste of WWE, or those wrestling games in general. And after that, I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty funny. So after that, I got into No Mercy, and those Royal Rumbles and No Mercy are the biggest matches.
Those are the best things ever.
And after that, I also started playing other wrestling games, like I think WrestleMania. I forgot what number it was for the GameCube or something like that. And I mean, you had those experiences too, right? Yeah.
Like I started like on the PS2. I started with it was Just Bring It.
Oh, Just Bring It. I mean, was it a big title though? Because I don't remember it being that big. I don't even hear too much about that one.
Actually, like that was like the first one for a PS2. Like that was like one of the opening titles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like looking back on it, it was pretty bad, but it was like still like my first wrestling game.
When the N64 ones, remember how back in the day, the facial thing, it was pretty much like GoldenEye cut and paste, right?
Yeah, just cut and paste.
Did that improve in the PS2 one?
A little bit. Okay. Like people either had like square heads or oval heads, or like and Just Bring It.
PS2 can only do so much.
Yeah, it only do so much. Like in like Just Bring It, like it was just pretty much, oh, this guy kind of has like a square head, So let's put that square head in there. Oh, he has an oval head there. Oh, he has like a different shaped head. Well, too bad. He's square shaped head now. You know, like a lot of that was.
So graphics weren't great.
No, it wasn't.
What was the gameplay then? Was it good?
Oh, the gameplay. Yeah, it was pretty decent for like an earlier title. Like the countering was blah, but
you were not.
It was high action.
Sound good.
Hey, it was like back in the day, it was great, but you know, you gotta compare it to like when you play like the next one. It's like
well, like
amazing.
Because I guess for wrestling game fans, like the best one would be WWF No Mercy.
No Mercy, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it was. I think even that today, it's still like one of the best controls. It's simple to play, but it's also pretty fun. It's not really hard, but I mean, it takes some skill to play the game too. So. So I think that's it's like one of the. I mean, it's also made by the Aki Corporation engine.
Yeah,
so uses that, and then every game that uses the Aki engine was actually fairly good, including was it Def Jam Vendetta?
Yeah,
which was a good wrestling game. I thought
it was definitely great.
It was a really great. It got ruined in
with the icon thing.
Yeah, the Fight for New York it kind of got ruined because I think Aki wasn't involved in
it wasn't in that one.
Yeah, so that kind of went downhill.
Yeah.
But the Def Jam Vendetta was definitely a good PS2 wrestling game, I think. And that's one of the games I do actually enjoy playing still from time to time.
You still have it, right?
I still have it, yeah.
And you have like the Japanese version too.
I have the Japanese one with 2 rappers.
Yeah, he had like
just how dedicated.
S-Word and...
Yeah, Sword and Dabo. And they were... they replaced... Ghostface Killer and Capone, which would have been pretty bad because, I mean Capone I'm not sure, but Ghostface Killer, come on, he's like a legend, right? In the rap world,
that seems like really surprising.
They replaced those 2 with the 2 Japanese rappers. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool for Japanese exclusivity and for Japanese fans to buy because Japanese people don't know anything about Def Jam back then. So even now, but back to wrestling. But so you played Just Bring It, right? And after that, what was the next one?
The next one is Shut Your Mouth.
Man, all these names.
Well, it pretty much like the whole like line was like building up off of like SmackDown at the time was separated from Raw, and they both had like different rosters.
Oh yeah.
So like all the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1s had like SmackDown and like something The Rock says, because Rock was like that was who was like headlining.
He was
SmackDown
the main
at the time.
guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he was the guy.
Wasn't So Cold, or was it? Was this before Stone Cold or after Stone Cold?
No, this is after Stone Cold. Like Stone Cold was pure The Rock was SmackDown, where Stone Cold was the Raw.
Raw, okay, so they're 2 different.
Yeah.
Was it groups or
stables really?
Stables, okay.
All of them were the first 3 had to do with The Rock, because the first one was like the 2000, and all he was about was like saying "Know your role," blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
And like next year was like "Just Bring It." It was like pretty much y'all like went along with like whatever the gimmick was at the time with him.
So when did so I'm like, because I remember playing. No, I remember like I've tried out the other ones. It wasn't those games, but the main ones like. Was there Raw versus SmackDown?
Yeah.
Then after that, I got really confused. I'm like, they keep making so many. I'm like, why? What's up with these? So.
Yeah, like they pretty much just went with this aspect of like, let's try to make one every year,
like Madden.
Yeah, pretty much like a Madden kind of thing. And from like the first SmackDown versus Raw to like 2008, like it was pretty much like they just updated a roster. There's nothing like really special about it. And people like were pretty down on like talking about it. Then like 2008 came out, and they completely changed like the way that it played.
Like the engine?
Yeah, like the engine was just completely different. Like, you would like have like grabs having to do with like the control stick. So like you know how like on a PS2 controller, like they have like 2 analogs.
Yeah.
Well, like your right stick ended up becoming like your grapple stick, and like you'd like flick it to like whatever direction, and that would become your grapple.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so it had nothing to do with the DualShock, where you had like the amount of pressure you put on.
No, you're just flicking in a certain direction.
What are the buttons for then?
Well, it was like for like your attacks, and then like
Your starting up run.
yeah, and then like they had like a button for like your Irish whip, like that used to be like it used to be like you'd have like circle and that would be like your Irish whip just by itself, but then like you have like a direction in circle and that would be like your certain like type of grapple, like they had like aggressive ones and quick ones, like lightweight, heavyweight, and submission, and then you would like get them in that sort of grapple, and then like you would do another motion and you would get like another move. But with 2008, like it just cut down like all the moves that people had just by like you just flick the stick in certain directions. So people like really got upset with that. Like,
was that the last one they made? Because they're not making any more.
No, like they made they made them all the way to like I think like 2011. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There was WWE 12, wasn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Wait, they changed names again now?
Yeah, change it from like SmackDown versus Raw to like just WWE 12.
Is it because
like
they got rid of the story? Or the rivalry between those two?
Yeah, it was a little bit like they got rid of the rivalry. Like it's not like that big anymore, and I think they're trying to make it more like a sports game than like
is it a sports game?
It plays a lot. It plays a lot more like a sport game now. Like the engine from like 2011, 2012 feels more like a boxing game.
Oh, so it's more like realistic.
Yeah,
and physics wise.
Yeah,
but it's like okay, so it's not like kind of like over exaggerated like WrestleMania.
No.
Or yeah, like go back to like No Mercy.
No, because like compared to like what SmackDown, like the PS2 SmackDown games where like you would like push down somebody like off of like off like the Hell in a Cell ring, and then like you just like bounce this ragdoll for like a good like 5 seconds.
That's why I laughed at those games. Those stupid ragdolls where they fly around. And
but like no, that doesn't happen. Like it doesn't happen in like 2011 and like 12. Like they made it like very, very like serious, or not serious per se, but like more like realistic.
Yeah, so I felt like I can't enjoy them anymore then because because you used to play for fun. It's not like it's not a sports game. I'm like okay, I mean, I don't consider wrestling or just professional wrestling as like a sports because I mean even though it takes physical skill, I mean it's not your true ability as a sports athlete. But I mean,
for the record, Jason Tohiga's opinion, not everyone's.
Whatever.
Some people take that stuff seriously, man. I'm just saying.
I get it. All right. I mean, that's what I think. Okay, that's my opinion. So I mean, those games were like there was the WWE, right? But they also had American WCW.
Yeah, WCW. Like
I was like Nitro. Yeah, I was like
oh jeez, like.
I'm like, what? I
Wasn't it when they just made that one engine? Like everyone kind of copied from it because didn't they have like backyard?
Yeah, like pretty much like after No Mercy, like every other game, like every wrestling game that came out for
was like No Mercy.
Was like almost it's like
engine.
It's like copy pasted No Mercy.
Oh, was it jumped on a bandwagon?
Yeah, like you'd like have Nitro, and it's like, man, I feel like I'm playing like a worse version of No Mercy because like. Even though like all of them seem to be the same game, like they just didn't have like that responsiveness that No Mercy had, and I guess like that instant like gratification of doing things.
All right, I mean it's like so. One of the other like fun things. I mean, for me, one of the fun things about the game is also like the funny situations.
Yeah.
But also it's also I guess the glitches will be in that game.
Because
the glitches will be in that game, and also. Of course, create a wrestler. That's like that's a staple, right? In
like you got to have like a decent creative wrestler to have like one like
because No Mercy, it was god awful.
Yeah,
but I mean, you look how crummy it looks, and you're like, oh, that's still laughing at that because look how crappy the all characters look.
Yeah,
like. Because all that cut and paste face.
Well, maybe they did it too much. Because remember that one video where someone made an Obama?
Yeah,
and you just feel. Maybe they have too much customization if you can get that close.
Really good at
that close.
But yeah, like I think like from like the PlayStation games when they started to do like a lot of the facial contortion. Like I think it was Shut Your Mouth, where you can finally like.
We're just gonna keep going back to that.
I know, but like that's where like they got to like
that was the
really good customization where you can actually like mold faces.
No more squares and ovals for them.
No more squares and ovals. you got some extra polygons to
But no,
make Pinocchio and stuff.
the funny thing is, like in No Mercy, I don't know if we just keep talking about No Mercy because it's one of the best.
Yeah, it's
right?
one of the best ones. Yeah.
No Mercy. The creator wrestler was also fun, but also you can alter the other wrestlers, which is like, why would you mess with them? So like, I think me and my friends, we made like Ken Shamrock, because Ken Shamrock had that angry looking face, it was like F you face, but we made him really fat, like huge. And then I think we made The Rock into like a woman, give him like a woman's like
that
dress and everything.
That's like a staple. You had to make The Rock into a woman.
Wait, no, that might have
Mercy.
been a little sexist though.
And then we gave the
No, you just had to. Like, you just.
He's like, can you smell what The Rock's cooking? What if she was in an apron? Bam, lawsuit.
But I mean, did they do that in other ones, or was that the only time they ever make sure you can alter the real wrestlers?
Cast.
Yeah, the original cast of wrestlers.
Well, they didn't really allow you to in like ones like after that until like SmackDown vs. Raw
You can alter
06. Yeah, but it was like you could alter their like what they wear, like their outfits.
Oh, so you can make them like their body. You can make them huge or skinny.
Side question: did they have giant sombrero?
Yeah.
I already approve. I like where that's going.
Okay, sure. What?
Yeah,
Giant sombrero works on everybody. It's just a staple.
Yeah.
It's a staple. There you go.
Yeah. But no, like I think like a big thing of what kept like SmackDown versus Raw games going through like all these years was the creative wrestler. Just it got better and better with like each one.
Don't they even have like create a wrestler, but then also like create a career mode too?
Yeah,
I was like, wow, this is your story mode.
Did you have to use your wrestler, or was career mode only set to a certain one?
No, from what I heard.
Yeah, from like 2006 on, you had to be a created wrestler. But like SmackDown versus Raw, you can just choose like a guy
anyone?
on the stable. Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, but it was like WWE. Like, so it's not more realistic, right? What was like the unrealistic one they actually released recently?
Oh yeah,
was it like Alt Legends or something like that?
It was
still calling
All Stars.
All Stars.
All Stars.
That one I look at, I'm like, all right, what happened to it? Why is everybody like 5 times buff? Like, why they all use roids?
I think they're just
like King of Fighters.
I think they're just like trying to get back to that arcade style, like like the Super Nintendo ones.
Yeah, when they're all buff. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're kind of like that, and like they seem more like fighting games like back then.
They look
like
more
wrestling
cartoony,
games.
right?
Yeah.
And how much could you have expected when it said Connect compatible?
Is it really Connect compatible?
Yes. Yeah.
I thought it was just fighting stick
No,
compatible.
it's Connect compatible.
Connect compatible.
And I
Fighting
was
stick
just
compatible.
like when they said, "Oh, Madden, you can use Connect." What possible use can you have for Connect with Madden? Spike. I'm like, unless you're playing online, that often is useless.
So, what do you use for like okay? So what do you do for like Rey Mysterio stuff in the Legends? If he's doing his super, do you have to do like spin around and do?
Well, I guess
now I kind of wish you had a video camera so you can show some poses. See, kids, this one right here, and you can't see me because we're on radio. This is out the best move in the game. You just see Rey Mysterio flying off the turnbuckle. It's like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I know it was compatible, but like I didn't go out and get a Connect. I don't have a.
So do you actually tombstone pile drive something?
You just gotta like kind of pick up a pillow to like reenact it.
Kneel down. Or like do the pedigree, which is like, okay, sure.
No,
yeah, you gotta do your own like commentate. You gotta make sure to get extra points. You gotta have your little JR going. That bug out. That malicious man.
Connect test. You get a group of people that play Dance Central, and if they say they look ridiculous, you know you have a bad game coming. Because if you can play Dance Central, you can play any Connect game.
Yeah.
Really? Connect for Legend?
Yeah.
That just sounds horrible. Why would you do that?
Well,
I don't know. I know Connect's suffering right now, but come on.
I think that was just like the big thing at times. Like, hey, this is selling big. Let's just put stuff into that. Maybe people will buy our game because Connect compatible, and they bought a Connect.
I don't know. Is wrestling still selling though? The
wrestling games? Yeah. I think it's
more. I
more
don't see them promoting it whatsoever anymore.
It's more like the niche group, like the people who like watch wrestling stuff, and
so it's not as popular back then when they just like
no,
hype up that game. Like
no.
Hype up
But
that game.
then again, like I don't think wrestling is like as big as it was like back like late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, because I think that's when it got really big.
Yeah, because
that's when I was like, that's when I was actually watching it. Then I started to go down when like you know, when you
Yeah.
people come on, they're not as good anymore.
Cause it used to be like, oh man, like you'd hear about like Stone Cold and The Rock and stuff, and like that was like
The ultimate rivalry.
yeah,
right?
you'd hear about like on the news and things. Like you don't hear about like John Cena or was it Sheamus like
Or
doing
Miz.
thing on the Miz, like on the news doing stuff, you know, unless like they
It's
got in
because
trouble
they're
for
busy.
something.
They're busy being like special guest stars on TV shows
You know?
and dramas.
Yeah, like it's really weird because that was never like the way that was like with wrestling either.
Like there was a TV show where a Big Show guest starred. It was a Nickelodeon cartoon
Yeah.
with the Super Ninjas, and he was on there. And I'm just saying,
What?
yeah, he was on there. I'm saying, Big Show, what are you doing? He was just some really big guy that the ninjas couldn't hit. Like, I'm Big Show. In like 5 minutes, and I thought it was ridiculous, so I just changed the channel. But I imagine the fight ending with him finding somebody to trip him and him falling on himself. I can't imagine like little 5'4" Asian kid beating Big Show. But apparently he did it. So I guess that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we find out why wrestling games are popular. Do you think they're gonna keep popular, or are they actually going downhill now?
I think when
I
they
think
did the
that-
engine change, it came back up a little.
Yeah. Because like a lot of people are like into like those sports games, got into it because like I don't know. I haven't seen
Is
that
it
many
really
people.
that sports heavy now? It's like
Yeah.
Before they
realistic.
changed the
Yeah,
engine, they pretty much like every other game before was kind of a repeat of itself.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, like this one by far feels like I'm playing like Fight Night or something like that.
Oh my god!
Like it really feels like at that point of like
So you don't.
This is a
So you
different
no
game.
longer have like super bars or your special meter.
No,
like
like-
your ultimate moves, your finishers.
you don't really have like a special bar. It's more like you have like a certain situation that you'd put them into.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Like when you dizzy someone in Fight Night.
yeah,
That's when you can choke slam them.
yeah. And like that, like that's when like, you have like your special. But of course, like there's some people like Shawn Michaels that like they have to be like running towards you. You're like running
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
I
And,
get
like
it,
you'll
I get
do
it.
like your sweet chin or something. This depends on like what it is.
Okay, so it's no longer just like taunt your way to a meter.
Yeah.
And just
'Cause,
F5
like-
somebody right there on the spot.
Yeah, because that was like a big like issue with the old ones. You can just like, especially when you're playing like multiplayer, like you'll be playing with like your friends and stuff, like 4 people playing, and you're all fighting, and then you have that one friend who's just like sitting there in the back, just kind of like just playing it up to the crowd, just yeah, Hulk Hogan, let's go,
And by the time he
yeah,
gets powered up, and just say, "Wait, when do we make this a triple threat?" Hello.
yeah, and then he just like wipes the floor with you because like he has like 4 like specials, and all he has to do is just toe kick you and. And that was like another thing where like all you had to do is just like toe kick someone, and then regardless of like what your special was, you'd just be able to do it. Because like, oh, they're bent over. Let's get this done. You know?
Let's get this done. That should be a nice little heads up for everybody. As soon as they bend over, they just gonna get it done. People trying to question, wait, what have we been missing this past game?
Yeah, but like now it's like a specific situation.
Okay, so it's no longer that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'll be a turn down for me. It was like because half the fun was taunting and like, oh look, I built meter. Now what are you gonna do? You're gonna run
Just
away
these
from me.
ridiculous situations.
And I think that's why they made the All-Star games was for like that demographic because
Yeah,
a lot of people like from like 2011 are like, yeah, this is fun and all, but you kind of want that arcadey feel, and that's like the arcadey feel thing.
Yeah, because only because actually when you throw them in the air, they actually like make sonic booms.
Yeah.
Or, like little waves of sound come out when they hit the canvas. So I'm like, okay, they keep bouncing,
Yeah.
up for like another 5 feet or something like that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man. That's why I'm like laughing too, because I see like Rey Mysterio throw Andre the Giant,
Yeah.
and he's bouncing off the canvas. I'm like, what did he do? How much power does Rey Mysterio have? This Dragon Ball type fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like that's the other thing. Which is like people have been missing since like 2006. Because like in 2006, that's when they like made like weight class sort of. Where it's like
Wait, so the new ones have to have weight classes.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So it's like
literally it's straight like boxing.
yeah. So it's not like you can be like, yeah, I'm gonna pick like Rey Mysterio, and then I'm gonna
Big
fight
Show.
the Big Show, and then I'm totally just gonna like powerbomb him and then like just throw him out the ring with my one arm.
The thing I didn't like about that though was you get punished for it.
Yeah,
it was because if say Rey Mysterio tried to pick up the Big Show, it would be the animation of him just like failing miserably. Then Big Show just popping his hands on his head.
Yeah,
you'd fall down. And you'd get severely punished.
Yeah, it'd be like automatically like when you try to grab him, it just turns into like you getting damaged instead.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, because those games, I'd rather have a fighting chance. I mean, it's funny because you mix classes too. Because remember, old games, you can just like,
you mean
he's heavy, so like just mash the grab button, so you can just lift you over and throw him over. Even though you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna fall over too because I'm tired, but you actually I'll be able to throw him and do some damage to that character.
Yeah.
So that you can't fight with your favorite character situation because you know you would lose.
Yeah. Which is I'm like, oh, I like Rey Mysterio. I can't play against everybody with him. I'm like,
but like they kind of tried to fix it sort of because he had like this heel and face system in like a couple of the SmackDown vs. Raw games. Whereas like if you're like a face, they let you like get away with like doing like off the turnbuckle moves and like just like a lot of taunting and things like that. Like during like certain times, and they would like give you rewards for doing that. And if you're a heel, you could like do like things outside the ring, like pick up like weapons and stuff like that.
Do they still have that? They're going to the side of the ring and pulling out a table out of nowhere.
Yeah, they still have that.
Those are the greatest matches.
But that's just naturally.
Going to the options, we're going to turn off weapons. Well, that doesn't sound fun. I'm turning them off. Okay, all of a sudden the person that turned them off goes under the ring. Psych! Gets a chair. Hey, buddy, come back. Let's have a good time.
But no, like they still kept that because that's just something that
has to stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually happens. Because of course, like most of the time. I think like it's automatically set that if you use a weapon, it's just like you get disqualified. But of course, you can just go to options to turn that off because you're in it for
the fun,
for fun,
not the win.
Yeah.
It's like I won.
Or it could be that one guy, like I used to play with this one friend from high school.
Was he the ladder in the cage or money in the bag match, and he would just sit by a ladder and just wait to knock it down? I hate playing with those people.
Yeah, I was that guy. I'm sorry, I was that guy. But no, like he'd be like, "Yeah, okay, we're gonna play a match," and then I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. Okay, we'll play a match," and we start, and like I'd like knock him down, and then I'd get a chair, then hit him over the head with it, and then they get disqualified. And then
that was the match?
That was the match.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun at all.
And then I have a blast out of doing that.
You still sound like the winner because you had the most fun.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, "What? Oh, come on. And I'm like, all right, fine, I won't do that again. Let's rematch." And then, of course, the rematch, I'll just go do the same thing again. And we'll go through that for like 3 or like I don't know, like probably like 5 or 6 times.
But yeah, I don't do money in the bag's one with the suitcase, right?
Yeah, suitcase.
I don't play those with friends because I played with my friend one time, and we had a match that went on for about 55 minutes. Just for the fact that whenever someone was like getting a ladder, we would just see them. We'd all just sit there and wait, and nobody would fight. They would just wait for the guy with the ladder to do something. The second he set it up, everyone just run towards it. Like, no, this is my ladder.
That's how broken those games.
Yeah,
that's what made the game.
And when you had the one cocky friend that like owned the game and knew what to do, he'd pick up the ladder and throw it out of the ring.
Yeah.
And just, why are we playing this? You guys gotta win it. You gotta win it.
You guys gotta figure out the way to do it.
You gotta earn your win.
Alright, so we're hitting that time now. But we enjoyed the show. I mean, I hope you enjoyed it. We had a good discussion about
our enjoyment isn't important, it's their enjoyment.
So. Yeah, of course. It's all about them, right?
Someone's probably listening to this part like, yeah, those bastards, I didn't enjoy anything. I'm done.
Unsubscribe. Defriend.
Well, if you're not one of those people, thank you for listening all the way to the end. I'll make sure to have more episodes regarding other different genres and different game franchises. But yeah, thanks again to Christopher Plummer.
Oh, no problem.
Charles Green.
It was a problem.
Also, you can leave a comment below and to join the discussion of what your favorite WWE or TNA or WCW wrestling game is, as well as what you think WWE wrestling games are right now.
Also, your favorite moments of playing the game, because
Yeah, I mean, those are always fun to share. Yeah.
And don't feel dishonored if we don't reply to you right away. It takes us time. We need specialists to analyze the data. So give us a while.
So please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and please subscribe to our channel. So, see you guys later.
Diggity dog. Diggity dog.